Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. The news today is quite a peculiar one. I want to start with how Buhari contributes to APC crisis in Edo State. We know that President Muhammadu Buhari is not one of many words. He would not speak when he's supposed to speak and give proper leadership and direction. A lot of things have gone on in the country and we have not felt the impact of his leadership in the country. His own wife, his very own wife, Aisha Buhari, has cried out a number of times, but Buhari will not speak. A lot of things have gone on in the country and Buhari has not said a word where he should speak clearly and give clear direction in leadership. Take, for instance, when the whole APC crisis started, all he needs to do is give a word and said, no, do this, do that. We don't accept this, we don't accept that. The constitution must be obeyed. When Olusegun Obasanjo was the president of the country, we knew that we had a president. There was clear-cut direction of leadership. Anyway, let's get into the news and get all the details. How Buhari contributes to APC crisis in Edo State. The internal crisis in APC has snowballed from a mere misunderstanding between Godwin Obaseki and Adams Oshomole to one that has apparently paralyzed the party into two factions. And this may cost the party a defeat in the coming elections in September. When the problem started fully in 2019, when the State House of Assembly was to be inaugurated, the problem could have been solved once and for all. The issue was about the leadership of the House of Assembly slowly disintegrated into a wider and fuller crisis that has shaken the party to its foundations. Why Oshomole, who is the national leader of the party, was suspended at home in Edo State. He has never stopped to argue that his own faction of the party should hold away the assembly. His demands have yet to be met, and he's determined to push and punish the Edo State governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki, for being disloyal to him. It was Adams Oshomole who worked for the emergence of Governor Godwin Obaseki as the state governor after the national chairman of APC left after 2 terms of 8 years of leadership in Edo State. The internal crisis could have been nipped in the bud if President Muhammadu Buhari has acted to save the face of the party. The president is also the leader of the party, and his opinion, verdicts, view, decisions are often viewed, reviewed, and accepted. He has been a popular figure in the party, and members, including chieftains, do visit him, do consult him for matters affecting the existence and prosperity of the party. But instead of arresting the ugly situation and finding a common ground for both Oshomole and Obaseki, President Muhammadu Buhari seemed to stand back afar, watching the issue going out of hand, seeing his own party, who he leads, fighting dirty on the pages of newspaper, in the radio, televisions, media houses, internet, and causing a lot of embarrassment, division in the party. President Muhammadu Buhari has not said a definite word into the situation. The president heads the powerful National Executive Council, NEC, of the APC. The council is the most powerful and influential organ of the party, as matters affecting the well-being of the party are discussed and resolved there. As the head of such a group, Muhammadu Buhari could have helped reach a track and ask the groups, warn them and asked them to resolve peace immediately. But Buhari did no such thing. It was to be recorded that the inaction of the leader of the party to act has caused the party its failures in Rivers, Zamfara, Bayelsa. The party could have earlier rose to power in 2 struggling states if the president has acted and stopped the bitter fight between the governors then, senators and governors in both Zamfara and Rivers states. There was a fight between Peterson, Rotimi, Amechi, and other Rivers State members But President Muhammadu Buhari, not a word. Now, the blame should be put on Muhammadu Buhari. He has failed the party. He has chosen to stand afar to see the condition deteriorating. Truly, internal crisis isn't a good stuff in any political gathering. But such a crisis has to be settled before it leads to something else, which it already is. Edo State APC issue could have quickly been resolved if Muhammadu was a leader. He would have acted, called Oshomole and Obaseki to order, given them the verdict to say, is either you stop this or you leave the party. Guess what? Silence would have been the order of the day, and everybody would have taken to their heads and behaved themselves, because none of them would have disobeyed Muhammadu Buhari and his orders. But Buhari has stood afar and has not given a thought to what happens to the party. Is he truly a leader? Wow, that's the question for you to answer in your opinion. What do you think? Do you think Muhammadu Buhari really cares about APC as a party at all? Do you think he's a leader? Buhari could have done very much in this circumstance, but guess what? He chose to stay afar off, and this has cost the party a lot of misharm. Buhari, all he needed to say, all he needed to do was say, Obaseki, come to Abuja. Oshomole, come to Abuja. He would have spoken to both of them and say, you know what? Whatever the issue is between the both of you, I don't want to know. Go ahead, settle it now. And they would just have a few drinks, sit down and have a laugh, and that would have been it. But Buhari watched the party go onto the faces of newspaper. Buhari watched the party get on into bitter fight, and he did not say a word. He kept quiet, watching them and behaving like nothing was happening. That is the kind of leader you have in Nigeria. That is the president ruling the country. One who cannot really adequately rule his own party. You know what happened? Even in Nigeria as a country, what has been happening in the northern part of Nigeria has been, it's unheard of, it's unspoken of, that the leadership of Nigeria cannot combat these bandits and evil killing of people going on in Nigeria. The president of the country did not say a word. In fact, pretend not to be aware of what was happening until Donald Trump mentioned that Nigeria is going to be tagged with a religious intolerance country. And that was when Buhari spoke for the first time. Please go and investigate, check your facts. And said he condemns what is happening, the killing of people, he condemns it. You condemn it, what are you doing about it? You condemn it, what is your position with what is going on? You condemn it, what have you done? In fact, the whole, we are deploying the army to the forest, to this, to that, is all, it's all political. Stealing in broad daylight. Please check, these days, things are more electronically, in the electronical world. Check how much budget Nigeria has spent in the fight of these set groups. Just go ahead and check how much. Yes, so it has become political, where people's life are being traded, are being killed as though they are chickens and animals, and nobody is actually speaking or defending the good of Nigerians. Muhammadu Buhari, his own wife, Aisha Buhari, cried out saying this and that are going on, and not a word from the president. When we had Olusegun Obasanjo, like I earlier stated, you will know that there was leadership in Nigeria. In fact, not a single day go by without Buhari and without Olusegun Obasanjo speaking to Nigerians, addressing situations, crisis. We knew we had a vice president. The person of Atiku Abubakar. And that's how his popularity spread, and it is today. Why? These two, this duo, worked together and was always speaking into the affairs of Nigerians. They never kept quiet. They never allowed a day to go by without addressing vital issues. But what is happening to the APC, the very party that came pointing to us all the faults of PDP? Have they done anything good? In my opinion, no. But what do you think? That's my opinion. You have yours. Anyway, my people, It is in our opinion that Buhari would have nipped the bill at the ball, but he never did anything because he didn't want to get involved and he just stayed aside. Is he a good leader? Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless and bye for now.